The little black boy sat in the window. When I was a young cat, when I was a little kid, little boy, whenever I got put on a punishment, I was forced to have to look out that window in the projects to watch all the other kids play. And as I've matured, I realized how much of an impact that's had on the man that I've grown to be. And it's funny how that is a good metaphor, a good way to compare the state of the African American or the African worldwide. Because what I was forced to have to deal with was the reality that the only one I had was me. I was the only child, so I sat there and I wished and hoped. Like, it really literally traumatized me with the Wiz. I remember the whole family downstairs watching the Wiz, and I'm upstairs. I can't even watch it. I got to sneak down the steps, try to peek or whatever. And that is exactly how our society has been sculpted and shaped. We are the little black boy who has to look from the window. There are things that I wanted to do. There are places that I wanted to go. There are foods that I wanted to eat, games that I wanted to play, things I was curious about, and I couldn't do anything. When you look at the state of us as a culture nowadays, we allow the powers that be to dictate every move that we make. Even when you're in a position of success, you are without control over what you do. You think you have it because of the financial freedom that you think comes with it, but the narrative is still the same. And that's why you have so many wealthy black people downing other black people because you're not in control, but you don't know that you're not in control. And you think that you are because your finances are in a better position or whatever. They have images every day, all day of black people being slaughtered, raped, abused, beaten, mistreated, killed, everything. But you can't tell me the last time you saw on Facebook or Instagram a whole day's worth of white people being treated in the same manner, that image being engraved into your mind. So that is a part of us not knowing that we can control the narrative of what we perceive and what type of subliminal imagery that we present to our children. We don't know that because we're stuck in that window, looking out of that window, wishing and hoping one day that we could come outside and be completely free to be whoever we want to be. But we don't have the courage, or the people in an authoritative position have poised or forced us to think that there's no way that you're going to get out of this. Or if you do, it's always going to be this way. So I say all of that to say, until we as a culture completely disassociate ourselves with the religion, the the scale that they use to determine what's right from wrong, because there's no way that you can set a scale that is equal for what's right and wrong when you've built an entire country off of pure evil towards a people. There's no way that one day you're going to wake up and change your mind and stop being evil to those people when it was never your intent to include them or put them on an equal playing field. And until we realize that, we're going to continue to fight the losing fight, the fight that is a waste of time and energy. We're going to continue to believe that someday they're just going to wake up and stop being the way they are. And we're going to still continue to be that little black boy in the window. So I implore all of my people to wake up one day and try something different. If you always go to church on Sunday, take a Sunday off and do a little research, not necessarily against your belief, but on something that can benefit you, that is connected to your culture. Now, whatever you choose to believe, that's all personal. This is not a knock on any religion or whatever, but until you understand the power that religion has over you, then you're going to continue a cycle. Not only religion, finances, acceptance in society, um, the quote unquote American dream, which is to go to school, get a degree, go to college. I mean, go to college, get a degree, and then you work a good job for 30, 40 years, collect your pension. Maybe you had a nice 401k plan, pay your home off, pay your truck off, pay your wife's car off, pay for your kids' college fund, and have a nice life insurance policy, and you good to go. But that what you don't realize is that American dream is not what is necessarily best for you and your culture or your children, because you're continuing on looking from that window because that's what they're showing you in that window. If they're only showing you one way to do it, then that's the only way you know to do it, unbeknownst to you that that is completely the wrong way to do it if you're trying to change generational debt, generational brainwash, generational control, generational ignorance, and a generational lack of drive or motivation. And you're going to continue to go the route that is most common, and that's the streets, the violence, the self-medication with the drugs and alcoholism, and then that's going to continue to contribute to the what they quote generational disease, which is not true at all. It's generational eating habits, it's generational health habits and stress levels and this, that, and the third. But you can change all of that. But you can't change all of that if you don't understand that there's something different from what you're seeing as you're looking out of that window. So get out of that room, stop looking through the window, walk out that front door, open a door to a place you've never been before. And it's a beautiful place. And that place is called the beauty, the power, the prestige of African knowledge, history, and heritage. And if you as a black man or a man of Africa or a woman of African descent are not intrigued by what I just said, then you're still looking through that window.